Your Excellency, with that introduction day, the CCA, we get people here who represent Boku workers them, from construction workers them, hotel workers them, postal workers them, then plenty now we get people here represent them. But for make we know which make we all there, I would like to invite the Honorable Chief Minister who can explain to you what's the purpose for this engagement.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, colleague ministers present here, members of the executive of the Labour Congress of different unions, good afternoon. We can recall that a few weeks ago we got an unfortunate incident where it not ever happened for 20 years back. We can also recall that the president scaled up or stepped up in engagement with different groups. No doubt he has been engaging with different groups, and particularly the Labour Congress is one group that we don't engage with. Not too long ago, I think the last 3 months we don't meet once. We don't promise to meet quarterly. So when these incidents happen, we see and see maybe we need to scale up our engagement. And we also get listening to what's in the public they talk, so we need to talk to people more. Why is the government a plan a more robust face-to-face meeting with communities at presidential level with President considered necessary for meeting with critical groups? We met so far with traditional leaders, the CSOs, the chiefs, tribal headmen, various groups we don't meet with them. But you can agree with me, see, what really makes a nation is the labor force. Without the labor force, nothing happens. And the labor union are the strongest union in any country. If we meet with all those groups, we will not meet with them, they will not start it. It's not, the meeting of the groups not in order of importance. It's the order of availability. By the time the link policy efforts will not be available for more link with Congress, so I make good decisive. Congress will meet with them later on, and today is the best time. The reason why we meet with now, let the President give a perspective of what happened on August 10th. I mean, the thing the way they happen. And use our same opportunity for telling us some of the issues when they happen, and how the global dynamics, the impact of those issues. Then, we tell them an update of what has happened so far in terms of investigation, in terms of this, whatever. Then maybe we ourselves for see how we will contribute to how we will resolve this type of situation. How do we ensure there's permanent stability and there's peace, consolidation in our land. So we're not just calling up doing our way, we also distribute some ideas from going forward, how do we improve on such engagement for everlasting peace. So basically you are here as part of the presidential consultative strategy. A very critical group, and we're looking forward to have a fruitful discussion with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Chief Minister. Like the President now invites you now for come, so we'll get the President now for do the opening remarks. Your Excellency, sir.
The Chief Minister, advisors, Labour Congress, good afternoon. Today, not a first day for me, not so, because we don't meet plenty time, and to be frank, we don't get very good discussions about things, just based on other happenings of them and welfare issues as Labour Congress, the things the owner can bring out. Today we meet because of what happened on August 10th. We're shocked we all, and later on we will respond to how we feel, but also a shake. We will all be on the work on democracy, peace, and stability, because I let you not get nothing. If you get peace, we do clean, you go outside, you go away, you need nothing, you come back home, and you feed the family. But when that is shaking, then we all for be concerned, and we are concerned. But because this is a national issue, and it affects the whole nation, it affects the image, how the world below the seaweed. They say this beautiful country we come up from war and we give back to violence. How on that particular day violence grip we and change that image. It make I face a million thinking no more, million brain no more, not enough. I need for engage and get to my own feeling about what happened and what we able to do so that we not get this kind of thing happen again. Society never go before if security not there. And therefore, we pay very close attention to security, and we want from making our own contribution. I think when I just finish one consultative or something about peace. Interestingly, that is extremely good because you see, it's always taken for granted peace, but it is not there. But everything what they do now because there is stability, there is security, there is peace. If we don't get that one day, we'll not be able to do nothing. I'm happy and I want to say a big thank you to Una for the member that one day, we even nothing not be done happen yet. But as soon as they don't, when I don't see what happen, that we will not discuss. I don't know the details of what we will not discuss, but it's about peace. That was shaking completely. This once peaceful country, 20 years, we don't peace, we don't done with war. We remember now how for good before. All of a sudden, we are gripped in violence. We lost so many people. Policemen they die. The young man they were kind of street. Some of them died. Not to that kind of picture they want. Not to that kind of. So we really need to think about this. Of course, as we do this 2 days ago, the rain be heavy now, and I think I would just want to make we observe a moment of silence for we family who lost during this mudslide. Oh God, please. They are so refreshed in public. Then one of the menaces that we'll get for deal with, how we don't live with the environment, don't they take toll on we in recent years. And again, we don't see what's in the happen in other parts of the world. Pakistan, they're under attack. Over 1,000 people don't die. Today, the water not the good, but just settled. Other parts, they now fire the bomb no more. Other part, then rain not reach this, we don't pass 3 years. They not get waiting there when there be big rivers, they just disappear because they not get no water. So we prepare, as a nation. And next thing that we will do, we will help the environment for also keep we alive. I think we will accept that. So this is not just Labour Congress, it's not a national issue. Because Labour Congress then get their own set of things they wouldn't do for no more. But today we know they discuss Labour Congress. This is a national issue. We don't have to discuss. It's still a national status So, what happened on the 12th, the shockwave, and we set we back. And we want to see how we will put down the DM, but not for just push out. We want to study. What to make time they happen. When I'm a part of this country, and not say when I get to your account then, but in your view, what did happen where they say a protest? But anybody when they protest, you get gone. Peace to your hand. If they kill policeman and burn, that is not peaceful. That's not to that kind of protest they want. Not to protest. They don't want to talk about armed protest. And that happened on that day. I think, I want to encourage you all for, when something is violent, we call them violent. When something bad, we call them by a name. We not for sit down quietly. we don't get a whole commission where we don't dedicate just for peace in this country. Because we know some come out. And of course, when you come, they know the big teacher or this or anything will meet you, anybody can go. So I really want to we be frank. We all hearing about this protest. What was supposed to be a protest. It was not to be secret anymore. But waiting will not be expected. Will not be expected anybody who can engage in that kind of mass violence. For kill, for burn, for loot. We not get. They need to go get, now they need police station. And why would they need police station? Now for the security of the people. For make people, I guess, some of the go coach who say, if they thief, then they do this, now they will not go. For kill the same people, the young brothers and sisters, for kill anybody who they in uniform, really means they you not get any regard for law, and we not get regard for law. This is the words today. We don't move on. We don't say, when I vex by you, I forget outside the way you complain. I know they can act you. I not for do anything to you. Now so society for them. So, what didn't happen, we all need for make sure say, it not happen again. And how we can do that? And for make sure say we look at the causes. Some man say now the cost of living make the commander do. But we all know say the cost of living not to salon no more they affect. In fact, when you compare with prices to West Africa, we get better prices. We also get the availability of all the goods, the essential goods there. Some side then it is done completely in order. We don't make sure say government don't take action for make sure say waiting they happen at the world. We reduce the impact on salon people there. Now that now we not we own business. Like more. Like for if we see trouble the guy, they open your hands so it's all like picking them. I like you kill him, at least make you kill him, may not kill him picking them. We don't do all of that one day. We don't take away taxes from all essential commodities, rest, cooking gas, everything where they can who we know the people that need them. That tax we can gather for make sure we get money for spend. We not take them again. But somebody say, yes, when I don't do this, but the price is too high. Yes, because the world prices don't go up. In America, in this salon, prices don't go up. Everything don't go up. No way, not there for protect. So if you don't remove anything in the world, the price is still high, beyond the ordinary man. Hardship be yes, hardship. Because what's in that money where you be the get, that same money where you be the get, what if you bring her home, you know they able to do that today. We all know that. But waiting government for do, it don't do everything within the means. Because we were parents that there's so much you can do, there's only so much you can do for protect, even you begin themselves from danger. So what is it when we get for our citizens and as a government, now for make people not say, yes, things that are stronger than the world, government they do in part and will continue to do anything way possible for make sure say wanna get the basics of life, at the price way affordable. But the way the thing don't go in the world is in crisis. And they call it global economic crisis. Where even the richest countries they don't able to control anymore. The one day where they print dollar, they don't print it, they don't know what to do again. They don't able to control the oil prices then. The petrol price don't go up. Then we get this wahala now in Ukraine. All don't add up. Then you get supply chain disruption. We make that container where we bring come for like 4,000. Now we go for they say now 12,000. And when they do things and all they go by the price of the things the way they come. Everything where they come in. Now this side we don't reach. So, but what they say is government not sit down and fully handle. Government don't do plenty things there. For make sure say that they are not affected with people then. If the way COVID becomes, when I remember whenever they lock down, so man say the epidemiologists, then the one that way specialize in that, they say you for lockdown at least 14 days. But may break this cycle. Me, I refuse. I say we know the lockdown for 14 days. We know the situation of the people. People they therefore go out every day, forget them really and nothing, forget them to the family. We no go afford that. Before the time we will be locked down, whether be for 3 days, we make sure say we do a lot of sensitization. All them disabled the way they around, we give them, provisions there. We also, through a survey, we know say that they identify a lot of families then were very poor. We make sure say we help them out. This is not cash payment they will be do. We even after that, in terms of the economy, we realize that a lot of people, especially the women, they want for do business for support their homes, but they don't get that basic funds for start with. We don't initiate that what we call Muna for fund. We now loan them, special loan them, not to the microcredit, whatever they do for step. We, they can't give 1 million, just 2 million, then they come to 1 month later, they say, maybe you pay, where they make some money, change address, We not do that one day. We really package it in such a way that they help people there. So government don't they do plenty things there, but all this way don't they happen. If we will not get revenue where they come in, we will continue for spend per education, we will continue for spend per health, we will continue for make sure say the one day when they work, we will pay them. So they work by the electricity. Who can we don't move energy access from 17 to about 35% today. But all these triangles we still they impact on development. So like roadworks then they go with the two plenty things there. But we get politics where they mix. It's not to be protest, it's not politics actually to take place. Now politics and now that make us bad for me because we don't see democracy, neither we own way of governance. We go all get right for votes, would have get for giving a local government representative, MP, everybody, including the president. They go Congress, but then you don't see that they vote for me anyway. That is so. Rabek had a sick the interest. They asked if they feel cold because of one So, if this time round, the date for election, not 24th of June, not so, we all know that one day. First day we be big for me we know, so that we will prepare. But this time I said, nobody know the big. I come for the first 5 years, now 5 years I do. When the other 5 years come, I do. We all be there now. The last government, now 10 years. But we end up now 11 years they do. The thief 1 year now we hand. We also know the watch will not talk. That is what I can. Anyway, we lost 1 year, so we don't already miss the calendar. Because in the democracy, they say the time for be predictable. We never know. Yeah. Now that make months back, I don't say the 24th. So if you want for change matter view, you get the date. You wait for get for camp, where you go, you drop them, you vote for Mother View or you vote against Mother View. You know for come again, Mother View must go. We want peace. Now when I can't destroy the peace, peace been there that day. So I don't know which peace they want. So it is system as small body in Ghana. Who will check them? They pull them from Kamakwe. Not if it's not the way it's small, not to your man them. They are actually juvenile. Who will not be able to sue them in court. 17 years and under. Most of them from Kamakwe and other places, some of them are from Makeni. We dey build school for help pikin dem go na school, for educate them so that they will be beneficial, not to forgo give them drugs and money for go na street. We dey spend billions for make sure say they are better people tomorrow. And we your program, I don't make it clear, not to just about politics or what. Now about development. Who they put their money there for them picking and now for everybody in future. Everybody, we know that. I have no way of saying this now, this no. Now we say every picking at this country, no go school. Not to the rich people they know more or who in our government or who go down sniper we picking there for the Sadibu. Other people they young, God gave us night to them through the picking them. We have very smart kids all around the country. Until you give them the opportunity, until you go around this country, now you did not say we have very smart kids, not inside Britain no more. So that opportunity, what you make we should not have today, now because we service more ABC. That benefit we don't see. Now you say we for share and give every child. Okay, people them now village the way smart pass you. That's true. We will come on a village then. But they're not if you know last small ABC you able to reach Naya, where you able to construct something, you don't be able to Naya. Don't be able to sit down for decide. This one they do so now the national now but the nation will discuss. What you make on a day Naya? Because we are all our leaders then. And that leadership, you not just come to go to the point time. But before that go to the point, it's a point down to you, if you don't reach a certain level, where you compete in the look, they say, you go to that before you. Now this opportunity one day, everybody will they provide for all the picking them. That's to be your picking no more. You know, we get an opportunity and not we get free quality education anyway. But we get for pay. But the economic will not for provider for picking them. If salon get for better, we all get for put and under the school business. Plenty you they go back where we try for adjustment so they go, you know, balance and that way the teacher they and also. Anyway, we will talk. Because they begin the role enrollment increase some kind of a way with the people. It's not easy. And for me that thing they succeed, we get for make sure say we provide the funds for all schools there. Yesterday the Minister of Basic Education, he come on put up on ICAM, a beautiful story. You know, he make a gladly. He said one teacher day, he's sending picture with his school. You know, the subvention where they get, it don't be 4 classrooms. Brand new. 4 classrooms. Not to any extra money. If everybody try for making your contribution, can you just imagine if we get that kind of teacher then they plenty. The classroom level they cry for, enough for them. Because the one way they take now they use. You know, if they apply them. I definitely I get for me this teacher. And congratulate them. Because we have been good. I put school there, everything makes school, we put school in a local. My former running mate, Dr. Kadisi, say, you know, not the body, not the feel well up to today. But Nayada Ekomot, we realize say most of the girls picking and get picking when they go to school, they get picking them. We said this is not fine. So now a dedicated school we put today just for guys. Now they are being the first school. So the one that we talk about tribalism. It's not part of us. It should not be part of us. Whereby I read the faith that they can't help her. Now Kailondo, Dawade. Now modern politics, now we don't bring tribalism. And bad politicians. And they don't begin a back. And our make a voice day. You don't need me authority. You don't have to be president to talk against that. Now we all come on here. Semini no de na ya, Limba no de na ya, Fula no de, Mende no de. We not salon people then. We don't live. The time whereby Gure be the threat, then come up on Kailan. Bonds. Then come for can support her. Because with the threat with man, as far as I'm concerned, I come on enemy. When they can, they never be talk the same language. But wait, you know your enemy, when I go down and I defect them. They say, Bring Kakuna Saba, it is such a voter than me, man. Then they defect the enemy. That was these people. So today, who said the division problem? Bad politicians. Now that politics we get for take away. We don't need for the country we said. We not look that picture. Na CNN na usaisa. Ina fiba we. So I really say this because we are all leaders in your own rights. Now we talk where the yeri one idiot sit down. It is say when I go attack yonder tomorrow people they not go say. And then at the safety of another democracy, we go make even for access even for ask for for medicine and back now extradition, it's difficult. That is the beauty of democracy. Then they protect in rights them. But yet, in the cause the death of the King Naya, it incites violence. Then they burn things there. People, we plenty of Adebayo for Eboué. Where are the voices? Where are the many millions? Why would they left Sudan? Somebody will not matter, will not for matter. If it be open school self, because now where they talk, a lot of people in Sudan they listen. Say, I don't get quality education at this part. Make a the beam classroom where people them would listen, make them see what's in the happen, the good things there. Instead, like Mammy cause. We all are woman born with. We the cause Mammy cause. Now you yourself, your mama, you don't begin causes. That is really what you are doing. You have no respect for women in general. That is what you are doing. But it don't become now a weapon. They say this one, we see time so you don't tie, you know, mama because so now for Wogiam, they left. How can we do that? How Salon will candle so low? Why we not go debate ideas, policies, programs, million better pass million, make we go on straight. That is all I did. And I've been happy where this they go on. Where one of the old clips where would they get problem? Young man them where they follow we get the youth board, they youth them plenty where they follow we. And they had for control. Because now so we all been there, go the grow up. That energy you get for controller, you get for the talk to them. You know, Mr. said be pleasantly surprised when they show that picture, where are they talk to them? I say if you go cause problem, I mean they prosecute you. We they win this election without fighting. I was happy I said that. So I'm not just talking about it today. I have been saying it even when people that want to use violence for support me. I said no, I don't need them for win. I need for talk to people that for make them vote for me. I don't need for force them. Where are we? Where are politicians then? You have June, a date set. Why you for one for change government again before that? We self can they we self go mobilize to come and pull you. Because we have enough people. But we know they mobilize them. Not just so, we have a decent society. We don't decide. Democracy. We vote for who don't want. We vote out who don't want. Peaceful. So I am shocked, I was shocked, and still shocked, and still they try to get out of that, how Sierra Leoneans, they will listen to a few. No, come on and kill Wissef. No, come on and destroy. We don't do this. Now we get for go back, for go begin talk to people that wanna can't we work? Government know they provide work for every citizen. Because now these people that they think. Now the atmosphere, we will make plenty things then. Local people, this, that, international, they can they invest. We come in there, it will take 40 people. This company, they take 1,000 people. The other one, they take, now so picking they get job. We now the policies there for make sure say, just like how now they advocate, the one they way they work, they get them right, they get them this, they get them that. All of that is the environment where government they provide. Government workers they are small. In most part of the country, the world now less than 10% of the working force. So now what you get for tell the world, we're in a peaceful place, when I can't, when you keep policemen don't die, they still chopper, you burn them. If we see that one day, I'm not going near you. Very joke. If you not get a feeling for human beings, you don't die, you don't kill them. That is bad enough in any sense. But he said, these are still the position. And today, nothing happens in secret. We all get camera, everything. We don't send them to the world. Say, that is our picture. We not get respect for ourselves. How we get for go bring? Job not day. The government not do this. The government not do that. The government not do this. How will they go convince them when they go to the watch them for come back now and can invest? So now we problem is with the fair way for make sure so waiting happen that day not ever happen again. And now we never go find the solution. When I see UN come, no. In fact, the world, everybody busy in ourselves. We're not busy with economic problems. They're busy with different, the problems, they're plenty. I remember when I was start, it was not until 1996, 97, after all don't quit before UN came inside. So we not for left Sudan, making poor. We have voices. We not for left Sudan, one voice, drown 8 million voices. Inside. That day they are sure they don't go inside when I hosted. Go declare curfew, everybody get for. Because an individual with a left arm, I mean, even if I'm picking that one day, I go disown. Frankly. The same for me now for tell me for incite violence where they keep you, not only today. What will be happen at Dosa? What will be happen at Tombo? For goodness sake. McKinney, government go for what take in your machine. 2 machine did it. Bumbuna did it. They say no, government not get right for take 1 and 2 machine the way they did it. Almost people be dying under. Was it 5 or 6? People that die under unnecessarily. Some years back, the people take generator and go. Can go. What's it called? Kono. I think if I don't forget. There was no fighting. Somebody is responsible for this. Some people are responsible for this. We cannot remain silent and die in silence because we allow bad people to prevail. People are organizing this. We don't need for do violence for change government again. We don't prove that. From 1996, even as a soldier, I said there will be election. They said peace no day. I said inside this war we will conduct the election. So this papa, me and papa, not today begin. And not be just no. I say inside this one, then the fire will go for you to go. The small photo will go call, so we will go now without win. We will go before. We dey try for perfect the democracy today. How I try for perfect them? For go votes no more. Then they go, representative democracy. But democracy they go with freedoms. 20 years after, nearly 30 years after, I don't come back. The freedom for the press. 55-year-old law, we don't pull up for make sure say press man they not free for right. We don't pull the death penalty. It all pass with most of the way they now. Those are the freedoms waiting with what called liberal democracy. There is democracy and there is liberal democracy. That is my contribution to this state. Now, we don't take education. As I sit on here, I'm proud for talk say, the Secretary General don't write me. They say, you are one of few leaders in the world. We are one for making a champion. Be foundation member of a group with the champion education in the world. But you are clapping for yourself. Now we don't do that. If the day we have been talking about the same Pampa, no way, we don't want free education. Well, not for the club, so. I will be there representing Sierra Leone. I felt proud that that means we can do it. If we really determine all this time we don't waste as a nation, we can come back. We are a good people and we're ready for work. We can work, we can achieve big things there, but we're not for less done. If few people then distraction, we remain quiet. That is our crime. With the phone we have now. So man say not a politician. We the less you don't demand they make you not the commander though. If because he say you're not a politician, may I not talk, may not cost me. They don't make us now weapon. They said that man I know what made them cost that. But for just give no more one. If they go back. This we're not going to say this is our home. We must fight to defend it. And we, the good people, there, for stand up against the one that we want for boiler. We don't go other side for work. We don't want to pick the yeri. We don't want to pick the sidenka in there. If you pick see where they give more than also, what do you go big? So, Labour Congress today, I say not to Labour business with the talk about. No, so I don't get up now because I'm not go done. But thank you.
Thank you very much, His Excellency. And like you see, these are engagements we get, so the presidents don't talk. And you also find himself one for you. And like you see, with your view, we are not see what happening. So for more to do that, we start with the acting president, Mr. Mohamed S. Bangoa, for make the reactions and suggestions to what the president will say. You can get the mic and you can deal inside.
Your Excellency, sir, Chief Ministers and other Ministers of Cabinet, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Your Excellency, sir, you see, me confident in the last name because me a teacher. So in the tell what you have for talk, and the more I feel comfortable. But here we must follow the rules. Let me this opportunity, sir, for telling plenty thank you. We invite we for can talk family talk concerning the 10th of August incident. We as a labor organization and workers of this country will not be feel fine about that at all. Some of we, when the thing begin, it's a little consider us. we will be taken that way because we will not be expecting it will boil down to waiting it happen on the 10th of August. We believe say that incident day among plenty assets of the society. They can read by the teacher, nobody, will talk anything about that to William Pickett because we see a very, very bad president we did not show to be small one. But first of all, I want to say we express condolence to the families of the one that we died during that incident day. And of course, to you, Mr. President, because now you know the daddy. Anything will happen at this country. Now you know the papa. Now you know the daddy. Now you have to come to the rescue of this nation. So we really express with sympathy to the state, to you, sir, and to the families of the one that we lost during that day. We believe, say, we as Leoneans will not go let them see how they happen. Like Mr. President, you say about the image of Mama Salome. That thing will happen 10th August. And the pictures that will go out to the world at large. They give it a very bad image. And with that, we will really say that will encourage people so much as for Canada. Just like what they say, any side we peace no day, employers, investors, they don't go there. So we pray to God for let's here, or repeat again, dynamic. We're glad the way you talk about bad politics. This, we all as our we have to put hands together. Lord, try for you with this bad politics so that we all will feel safe. And all stakeholders will come on board. So, me as president of the Labour, active president, I feel happy we call the various groups there for come talk with them so that we safe. We will give our own opinions and our own contributions for let us get stability and peace in this country. We want our teachers. We know where we will go out if peace not there. And any side of peace not there, education will go ahead. So this kind of move where you don't take for the meet the various groups, I think say that the right moves. If people are not talk, they're not the dialogue, then you don't know what you did in mind, you don't know what you did the other one in mind. They can we the workers want to make peace to prevail in this country. And of course, Your Excellencies, I will be mentioned about the cost of living. Actually, the cost of living will go up every day. This is not a world problem now. We don't need. But also, Your Excellencies, I will want for them to moderate somehow the price control. Because what you do, when situation is rough, some people in the exploiter also. In the exploiter. So we want at least let price control the waiting tracker. If the body want then one again with fire, you don't pass back. So the traders then will not say things are difficult, but let there be some amount of price control. I don't go out for talk plenty, Your Excellency, but before the end, being a teacher, I make when they give me the mic, I don't use, but you tell me say blackboard not there, and it did blackboard not there. I don't know before there was something chief minister will give me 10 blackboard where I go primary school. And the first theory I want to talk about all the church, the schools, is the issue of land grabbing. Like we will deal within the urban areas, they find out say, even though we will get the subsidy, we will get sources otherwhere. You want to build 2-3 classrooms. If you find out say land grabbers them, then they go do it. Now one I don't open so this the affect we inside Freetown. So we will want at least the government to do something about that. This land grabbing of schools, not only the schools, even the universities, that's they happen. And of course the free quality education, the excellency, OTB can just until now labor matters will be talk about. We want the teachers, we don't negotiate. Let them not forget we the teachers. Also the labor matters, but also a hang around this. So with that, I want to hand over the mic to the Secretary General for let it delve on all the issues who I believe say the pertinent to this 10th of August issue. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, His Excellency. We the guy inside this, the moderator say, worker number one. And you nod. As we see, we are talking to our colleague. We appreciate that very much. And I think, see, what you talk to Okumande, I can tell me, see, if we salary for Congress, we need to solve a problem. Therefore, waiting with that, you go talk to God, they will solve it for you. But I don't think, say, anything they will not be able to solve. And you talk, I feel fever, because I know we all travel out of this country, majority of we. And the image of the country, we always want for preserver. As you say, we are in competition at the world. I don't know, at this the chief minister will not better pass me say, we now underdeveloped country, not to developing country self. So they in a haste for if we reach for go say it's a developing country. So then kind to happen on the 10th of August. We as workers, now for that we come as a worker organization, we come up with a statement backed up by we international. I would say His Excellency gets a view of that position we come up from an international body, because workers all over the world, they are united. We can go there and see church one, church all. The church one as Sierra Leone, you don't church everybody in the world. So we're so interconnected that that family is very strong. And I believe saying that they say get worried, then say make a statement, condemn the team, and also send them to understand it to your email and send them to you for they will know about what they feel, about what happened. Because they say get worried all over the world. When they get a lot of calls from the colleagues from out in the West, in Africa, we want to know what they happen. Because they know the kind suffering we go through. Some of who they now will know the suffering we go through. One day I will remind you, Sir Sabiu, His Excellency. I will remind you, sir, about Sir Sabiu. I know Sabiu from 1986. I will tell you, His Excellency. We, Salone Congress, totally not believe in violence. I can tell you, His Excellency, there are many things who don't come up with, who don't rise up as workers, but who believe in dialogue. And I think that I demonstrate today. Today, now you call me, not to we come to you today, now you bring me out today as we fellow workers. And you force engagement with we in an organization who believe in doing what we say. If we don't want to do it, we will tell you, blame this over the one. Now, for that, we will say we will ever support you. We will not sabotage you work. We will not go talk behind you. If we get into the affect you, we write you. And we appreciate when you talk now, say, if you don't see, we make a position before the crisis. And I can tell you, His Excellency, we said the Labour Congress can write some statement. I want to let you tell you, because I can always say, the chief minister, they will get chief minister now. Because the constitution gives you the right for create office. They are at their appeal. Let them take serious with statement they will make. If they take them, they can help for reduce any occurrence in the future. And I believe say that statement will be made in talk about several issues who bother around peace and security. And I think say if government take measures in terms of that, I think so we need for resend that statement again. Maybe that will be a suggested solution about the problems, that will help. Maybe we will resend them back so that it will remind you and also the government about what to do in future. Because Sierra Leone, as you say, that we your country, I will believe in, I don't get comfort for going to no country. I don't like And like no country, I mean country now like some of you they now don't get opportunities for the overseas or no one stay. Because now I get freedom to exercise. So if anything, and I can assure you, nobody will influence workers, influence trade unions, influence the Labor Congress. Never, you know what I assure you that. Because we said if we want to take an action, we can take it. I can assure you that considering, as we can tell you, we're a country, as we say, we need jobs. And you don't talk around place that we said no. Government in other countries are the lowest employer. But in real situation, by analysis, when you take them, they're the highest employer. You're not supposed to be so. And after that, I believe say get problem in your budget. You always get deficit. Because you try for create employment. Many brothers sit down and you get argument themselves. I say, well, their office they boku. He said, no, employment they create. And that's very good on the part. So that people, that's also border around security and peace. Because if people like get jobs, they go able to reduce the tension. So we appreciate for that day. So now for that we Sierra Leone Congress, wherever they ban anything, we will jeopardize or also create a problem with peace and security in this country. And I think say you do not open to we. I guess so, you do not open to we. And for what this year start, I think we don't meet. This is the third term. And we want for also thank you. I think say after May Day, we never meet with you. We want for thank you for a grace of May Day. And if you are sure we say, you know, they will say the complaint to Labour Congress. The rest assured. And the current situation they happy now, as I say, we know happy about them. And after now, Labour Congress, as I say, that will statement will be made. Not only Sierra Labour Congress be make up. As Sierra Labour Congress together with some civil society organization, we think about Sierra Leone. After that will come up with that kind of statement and they appeal to you for let government take that statement the utmost seriousness so that we'll see how some of the issues we'll highlight can be addressed by that statement. And that will help. I think the only way that we can contribute as workers' organization by dialoguing, bringing to government issues way border. Because I can tell you, now for that they say, Sierra Leone Congress is not political. What I mean, we not get any sympathy or attach to any political party. Because the problem we face is that all members, they one way or the other, is supporting political party. So if they see the leadership linking to one, they will get problem. So now for that, we will not believe in that. And we will not play politics for work. We do as we mandate require for we. Now for that, as you see, we always try for engage. But I can tell you sometimes the engagement when they take place. I can tell you that because if not to foresee, we get a mature leadership. We will always discuss because we probably will get His Excellency. We get a membership. Anything we talk, we not do and we get problem with them. Maybe in a political party, we take something from there, you don't get problem. Because we are a member-based organization, we live and hand on membership. And they pay we, and they contribute and pay we. So if we talk anything we not do, we get problem with them. So now for that, very careful for talk. And for that, we believe in dialogue. Now the only meeting this whole country is His Excellency who allows a camera for me, you know, because we always want for talk. And after that, we're happy before we're done, for we'll get 10 minutes with you privately. We will discuss other issues we border also with security. Because I can assure you, there's nothing on no border with security. If somebody don't eat, a security issue. As the president talked now, the issue related to our land, a security issue. Because it will bring about palaver and peace and security for them. So now for that, as we can I understand the government will establish an investigation. That's very good. I believe say you go and not for punish people. I believe say you go on because as a father of the nation, now for see how you know go work again. so that we will see how we talk. I mean, get one me uncle, women in men, very strict person. One day, because he's so strict, he come out, he not be in the house. Now I come out, I go watch a cinema, see me uncle on the car, I lock all the house. Now my uncle come 2 hours. Why is he on the door? My uncle, I be feel that tell him because a person when they deal with you, when they punish you, he tell you, I say, when me, I don't know that lady. You can't believe. My uncle not do me nothing. You know, ask me, say, because I do the worst thing. So I believe, say, His Excellency, as father of the nation, I want always, as you see, for let everybody there on board, so that nothing will take this country because today, you are the father of the nation. Thank you. You are the father of the nation. We rely on you. Anything will go wrong in this country, anything will right in this country, now you will get the praise. Anything will go wrong in this country, now you also will get the blame. If you say no, not to you problem we create out, now you let me fall back. So now for that, we appeal to anybody who support you for let you do the correct thing, then you know we'll get problem. So we want to thank you for this engagement, and be rest assured, we're not going to tap and sew. Maybe you will develop a position in terms of the way forward as an organization, because we will engage, we will remember them, we will give me their suggestions, they will put them together, and maybe we will send them to you as a way forward, how sort the problem. More or less, don't give you a essay. We will go write the essay and we send them to you as an assignment. Say, now this we think say, if we take the measure here, then it's not going to happen again. So I tell you, thank you, as we number one worker, and also want to tell the senior colleague, and he try very much. 1 year I want appeal to you. You don't try very much for engage Ministry of Finance. You see, one thing, when somebody ignorant, it can cause problem. But if you tell them, so they will sympathize with say a fair solution for you. We don't need directive. There is no worker for labor matters now. But it also a border about stability of the labor market. Remember, we don't discuss with you, we get directive. So now we engage with the Ministry of Finance. We don't pass 3 months, take the money engage. Take today. And we want to tell the minister, thank you of labor for the effort they make. And we also want to tell you thank you. Because we don't mostly see the light at the end of the tunnel. What do I mean? 40-year-old, 60-year-old labor laws, they be something of the past. And I believe, say, by the speed we see the minister they go, maybe in the next couple of months, they will kind of index for their sign. They will get, I can tell you, by what we will see, I can proudly say we could get one of the best labor laws in the world. Experience about what you obtain all over the world. And no say, Sierra Leone will get one of the best. I can proudly say that they do a lot of things in terms of workers. You don't restore dignity in a high low. You don't restore, you don't restore. So we are proud about you. We rest assured. This is not politics. Labour Congress, if you do well, we say do well. If you don't do well, we will tell you back say. We will say, na so if you don't do well. We're not going to say not do well, we will say, na so if you don't do well, you know, so that we make our fine. And so we talk to you. So we rest assured, we tell you thank you for all that you don't do for we. But we get forget chat. Maybe 10 minutes, we will appeal to you for what we discussed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Secretary General Max Conte. We will move forward. Your Excellency, we can now just get short comments from the Minister, where is FDR, where now they work with the Labour Congress, Minister Timbo.
Thank you very much, Chief Minister, Your Excellency. I am very proud of what happened. people are with it, so and they may come out. So sometimes I can sit down, I can reflect what we don't pass before. But I can always tell the press secretary, I tell that, you know, I think the part. Also today they engage in the labor movement. If you remember, even myself, from SLT, get back the certificates, and during in tenure, and they issued directive where and from that time, they plenty of we and they will get respect for them. Because what did happen at that time? Late Alex Brown, then I be the Minister of Labor, who they come up State House now, so attended later on Duma, the guns them, wanted them. They said, I didn't go ahead and the whole week government to us, so the partner and the whole week would deal with them. So come up. After the explanations why we forget a certificate or not, they look at, I say tomorrow I'm not forbidden to prepare back the certificate, say nothing more. So the CTB gets you as an organization, pride itself of whose side it is so today, in one of the principal factors. And I just want to say this afternoon before they come, I get information from the Commissioner of Labor that the collective agreement, then just dip and finalize that from your attention so that it will go for publication. So we're happy about that. What you then talk, Mr. President, we're not afraid them. They represent the workers. So if they need for talk to we always give them audience for make them be able to talk to we. Each and every union gets a line ministry who they need work with. And thank God that we're able to overcome and with many of our colleagues them where they give their audience at any time they want to. We know we forget a lot of solutions from them when we engage them, not in this kind of form and setting where this is sometimes not all things they need for bring out to help with. But me, I want to just say, always tell them, see, the government are proud about the government who I belong to and the leadership. On the issue of employment, when they talk about, I say that only a government who not progressive, now you know they do what you do so. I see all over the world, you always see government, they continuously employ teachers and they employ nurses. That cannot stop. Any country where you see them put an embargo on the employment of their categories of their workers, just know they continue labor move. Because as you go at the village, they continue from it picking them, where the parents not able to pay fees. And the only way we will make them get access now when government take up the responsibility. And that will only happen when they add more teachers, more nurses. And so any government they do that, workers they're supposed to be in line with that particular government. And me, I make a proud of my president. And I want them to get a big hand. All the time. And the government here, they say, President, they employ more. I say, yes, we are going to continue to employ more teachers, more nurses. I say, because that is the way to go. The other aspect where they want to talk with you privately, we know that side. I don't tell the Minister of Finance, they give you the space, they will go sit down with her. The only way you're able to make people understand your problem now when you explain it to them. You will not need to go outside the president. So we want to beg the chief minister for make the appeal to the Minister of Finance. They give you space, they will go sit down. We don't start one with the Deputy Minister of Finance. Not so. And you see how it went. He was able to get some ideas. When you self-confess, say, you know the one they know about that. So they will continue that particular part. Me, I want to show you, say, they were so, most of them, if they don't pass through me, something, I feel no more now the other way, me self, they need before me go to Kai continue. The other man, they move push the man, they all, they really get me. Master, we get me. Mr. President, it will be big for me, but I know, say, the time where we did, now we bring them can. So, we have a lot of goodwill. What you go there, do no more in this engagement. I go on the chief minister when the president begin get the outreach. Then we will begin to ask Today, if you need the teaching profession, the next time you will meet the dock workers union, not to Nayana, not to State House. I mean, when the president begin go out, for me to the people there, we don't want normally they see the representative of the dock workers here. One day he meets with the other dock workers and the environment where they say want to see and talked. And that they will appreciate. So for me, I don't want to talk too much. I just want to appreciate the president. I want to appreciate themselves for choosing them. Don't show great support during the tenure. In the labor laws, then, when they talk about who give our award for conclude, I believe say that at the right way. We go, we look at page 53 of the manifesto. We will see all what's in the new direction government promise for do as far as the issue of protecting the workers. We would all know say by the end of this year, 99.9% of all those would have been accomplished. So we have a message to take to work in cooperation of this country. So we not get no hesitation about that. So Chief Minister, Colleague Minister, Presidential Advisor, again I want to thank you very much for me to give me the space. And we believe that at the end of the day, they don't get what they're supposed to get here. Then we will put some of their suggestions where they think say necessary for my government will pursue for maintain lasting peace and security. Now, I mean, I'll be the keynote speaker at that particular conference day, and then get the spiritual approach day. So when I send the conclusion, I will send the statement so I will talk that time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. On that note, I will now invite the Chief Minister for just summarize some of the things that we don't say now before the President to close remarks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Keketoma. Your Excellency, the summary of the discussions we get with your company commandant today as follows. One, in a sort of manner, the court said there's a need for regulate prices or control some prices. They believe the way some businessmen they take the prices or materials, they need to check them out. Then they're very much concerned about the school compound then. When they let to land grabbing around school compound. And that's true. That not only school compound, even the tertiary institutions, they suffer from the same thing. Some areas where some school will be done 2-3 acre land now, it's reduced to 1 acre land. So I don't know what we will do, but we will discuss that day because some of the students at the headmaster they back, they take part of the land back. The dialogue, I mean, they call for the way they call for dialogue, we call it, we prefer engagement, because dialogue meaning that we are two positive get problem. If there be dialogue, they will not likely talk to one. Because in this country, as they say dialogue, no more, the person like say the PAP, no more get problem. That is not correct. Now, everybody important. Then, they particularly asked that we treat very serious the statement when I issued out. I don't know whether I remember the statement, but please, I asked that get a copy, more gets a copy back. We will look into that, I promise. Then we also pledge some support and environment. We are not going to do anything we want to undermine the security of the state. Then again, when a minister joined for access, when I really want to get direct engagement with the Minister of Finance. We also request that the power from time to time we meet with specific groups, not only the executive here. And the last thing, we need 10 minutes talk with the power. No, so? Thank you.
On that note, we want to invite now His Excellency for giving closing remarks, sir.
Thank you very much. I think I would just say a big thank you to Ona, and this is not the first time, and no say we get from meet again. Mostly not to the hope that we don't get this problem out of the way, and we will discuss things that we related to waiting the Labour Congress Day for. Happy that when I don't engage in peace talk before. And that we go definitely want to see what you want to say and how we will incorporate that. The one thing we are not being talked about now, the investigations, like you say, we can for investigate with you. This even waiting when they do so, now still they try to understand waiting make this happen. And there's more we expect when I will say. But the former investigation they continue and we will get for know whether they did behind this, the forensic investigation they continue. even the ordinary people that we die. You know, we want to understand the circumstances, not just waiting lead to this. Now we citizens then, and we regret you know, that so many people unnecessarily we get to lose them. But like I say, I think we should talk against bad politics. The politician come to you, can't tell me what's in the policies. No person not come to you say because me Commander South, you know, you say Commander South people vote for me. I want for make una push me now that we get a democracy, make we talk about policies. What you make you for vote for me, then you don't for vote for the other one. And I see, you know, Mr. Timbode say make una clap for me. Election they can't just not to clap at me. Now vote. So we they ask for make una combat what they clap there. I don't know clap at me now. I don't vote at me. So when we talk against bad politics, because at the end now all they suffer. One person they talk, oh, this tribe is like this. It happened in Rwanda, and that's where it starts. Small. The time now then they know 1 million people dead. 1 million people, not to go on. You know, they gradually get into the psychic, then they begin to, you know, demonize the other, they begin, when they kill, they say they kill will go now got last and then crude weapon, then they kill nearly 1 million in just 3 months. We don't want that here. And when I say bad politicians, it don't start now here. I have people who voted for me in the north. In Bombali. I'm not going to abandon them. As far as Kukuna, Cambia, the north are the first place where we work for nearly 3 years. You know, so I beg, if I come to you and you know, now that be the tell the youth there. If I come to you, I give you Tuta Park or any of them drinks there, tell me say you're not a bad politician. If I come to you and tell you say, you know, vote for me because of Fusa or my tribe, that ethnic politics, tell me. Remember they talk the truth. Tell people that this is not the politics we want. Tell me what you can do for me. Because we no need for Cantona, but you know, I go on 9 son development they come to me. They say they want for see me. Now they bring them come. They say it's very unusual for many development support SLPP. They say, but then they support me. The other one say, in a pauper. I said, what happened? They say the way they find it difficult for payment for me picking them. 3 of them. He said, and they're all smart. He said, that free quality education we don't bring up. Say, all me picking at the go school, and they do extremely well. He said, so me, if you don't vote, if you don't win me vote. He said, and they go gather the other one day. Make we no say. You know, for me, it was pleasing. I will not play the ethnic card. If we make the road not for one ethnic group, if education can not for one ethnic group, if one ethnic group better, I don't know the better. Now we all for better together. You know? So I really want for make we not remain silent. The majority is too quiet. A few people they cause all of this. If you say 7.5 million or 3 million, now they didn't road that day. No. But we all get for clean up now. The mess with the create. So thank you very much. I don't know. Now 5 minutes. Camera, I know that they know so. 5 or 10. Okay. Okay, so we can talk.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. So before we do that one day, we will get the national anthem first for closing official meeting. There will get the photo opportunity, and then we get the 5 minute, 10 minute talk. All right, national anthem first.